Greetings everyone, and Grid here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn on the north side as the orange star Olaf, got Cadeor. Spawn on the south side as the purple lightning eagle, got LaskaLarnar. So, let's go and get started. This map's a little bit unusual. I don't think I've actually casted this map before. It appears to be a 3-base map. There is a mountain here. Both players do start off a lander. Airport over here, which will require infantry to be dropped off over here. Seaport here. We do also got a pipe scene here. Breaking that up will have better traversal up north because it will be replaced with a plains tile. And the other two tiles, of course, are wooded tiles and also off the left or right. Or in this case, just this way, so it's just a bit of dead end because it runs through this mountain. You have to go left towards there, so not only you have to go backtrack a little bit this way, you also have to go through a forest. And let's see, the seaport has shores right all around here, so no possible way for any deep water boats to get on through. Also, both players do start off with 1 health missile attack as a recon. Would like to get killed off in 1 hit by infantry unit there. And both players do have an anti-air in the corner, which probably either cause some issues. Mech takes time, puts a shot there, and really did lose that fight there. So we got double mech here. Looks like Olaf's doing the same thing as well. But this time he has an artillery piece in range, trying to hit this pipe scene. He can hit the pipe scene or hit the anti-air. Anti-air only sees up to the whatchamacallit, airport. And I got a recon there. Mac finished off the anti-air there. One thing Olaf could try to do is leave a mech on top of the mountain to draw the anti-air forward to get barrage by the artillery piece. Both the mech and the artillery piece does take it out. Both players do have a black boat here, so the mech boat has... Oh, I thought it was fired twice. Oh, it did. I can see the low ammo symbol now. I guess sort of bugged out there. Yep, it has 1 ammo remaining, so the black boat can, of course, reload it. We do now have this artillery deployed in the field. Does strike this infantry unit there for recon. Think up north. Drops the infantry unit there. There's, I think, still an artillery piece inside of this. I just don't see it. Oh, I can click on it. Huh. I can't do that with any other unit, so apparently in the replay viewer I can potentially manipulate some... Actually, no. You can see here I was able to manipulate it because something was in there, but of course don't have any way to see it because of caster vision. Huh. Weird. Weird thing quirks in the replay viewer. Hello. Check the infantry in there, so we've got tank, and infantry. And things well, breaking this pipe scene would allow this base to push up north. Right now it's only to really be used for infantry and mechs. And to go this singular direction. Recon's pretty forward, got 2 tanks in reserve here. Artillery takes time and... Oh, so this is interesting. So he's going to try to barrage the artillery anti-air from right here. And Eagle has nowhere to spot that. That is very interesting. Tank, and infantry. Of course, the mech will be able to finish off. Artillery strikes first, mech finishes it. Both these players' mechs completely and utterly ordinary. Got these little mechs on the field due to the nature of that mountain. Hawk's turn. Takes out the pipe scene there. Strikes this infantry unit there and follows it up with a good burst. Does take out the infantry unit entirely. Tank on tank, but of course will be teleported upon with another tank. Olaf does have good vision down here, so he knows that this tank will be able to replace this tank if he does strike it. Of course, he does have good vision over here as well. Yep, he's able to spot the tank. Medium tank, infantry. Olaf swinging more tanks down south. Decided to take out the recon there. Brings back the unit. Both players managed to get the power this turn. Both players' power is also inadequate. Olaf's can be situationally good, particularly against Eagle, but he's just not. But Olaf's definitely a superpowered CO. Eagle's course of lightning drive is basically only useful in campaigns where you have a curated force of air units to get additional attack and defense. But of course, in multiplayer, you generally don't have more than, say, 3 battlecopters, which is nice, but not enough to warrant a 3-star power. I sort of like the fact that in Dual Strike he got a mini lightning strike for his power, which allows him to do hits and runs, which actually made it quite useful. Because you can just charge for attack, pop power, and withdrawal. And seeing how large his power bar is, you can do a lot of that. Anti-air infantry. Does strike the units in the middle. Battlecopter. Tank, infantry. Does strike the recon there, and we'll put some machine gun rounds in this artillery, which is in range of the artillery here. Mech is on top of shore, can't traverse the sea tile, and the black bolt is out of range to repair that artillery piece there, but still be a good idea for the assault with the tank. And if Orange Star could probably take out the infantry unit there, then the tank could fall with a shot, but that would be a little bit difficult with one surface area. And looks like Olaf's moved forward, trying to protect his HQ. Tank there, battlecopter, tank, battlecopter, infantry. Almost a Winter Fury. Lightning Strike's a little bit far away. Olaf has served 115,000. Eagle starts to turn 121. So Eagle does have about a turn ahead advantage. Of course, now this mech can get a good strike onto that tank there. Infantry recon tank. Mech is a good strike there. Does finish it off, and here comes the Winter Fury. Okay, maybe not eyeing for Winter Fury. Maybe trying to hold off on it to dampen the lightning strike. I think he should just pop it, because the chance of this opponent getting a lightning strike is pretty likely at this moment in time. He does pop it mid-turn. And up north, there's not too much there to push forward for either side. Looks like Orange is just, or Olaf is trying to beat defense up here. Battlecopter, infantry, artillery, and another infantry. Eagle could get his lightning strike on this turn, but it'd be a good idea not probably to pop it until he has not in a blizzard. Right now as well, he doesn't actually have too many units on the field. He has 25 versus 33. Olaf's doing a good job preserving his units. So right now, yeah, it looks like Olaf is pulling ahead in Valley as well. So after day-to-day expenditure, they're pretty much evened out. He's a good strike there. If he believes his opponent's going to go for a lightning strike, he can always go for a blizzard to dampen it. Not necessarily put a rain on his parade, just some snow on the parade. Recon does strike the infantry unit there. Recon does go up north. Looks like it's going to be pretty quiet up here. Looks like it's not going to be on lightning strike, because if he was going for lightning strike, he would have charged for these units. So maybe a good idea for Olaf to go for the blizzard this turn. Assuming he gets enough power charge for it. Got a medium tank and a neo tank right here. Got a tank and infantry. Is that infantry there? There puts around the recon. Taking out the recon it would be very nice because that'll provide some excellent vision for the lightning strike. And there will be a lightning strike this turn. We do also got a stealth to pull up by Olaf. Olaf does have a good amount of battle copters, but here comes the lightning strike. Recon's pushed the way forward, takes out the infantry unit there, no problem. This battle copter's out of range and is spotted there. You can see the glowing, even though it's on top of a reef, which is a hiding spot. He could try charging forth the artillery to get in the range of something so he can fire the next turn. And over here, I think everything's going to be decimated, though. He still is lacking some vision here. He does have multiple recons in the field, though. Anti-air infantry, tank. Oh, no lightning strike. Then Olaf should eye for a blizzard. That was a good trap there. Does go an APC for the stealth. We can always play around the black boat, so I don't think you really need the APC for the black boat in the region. Either way, we may see the lightning strike this turn. Blizzard's not available, so Olaf could not manage to pop it. Recon, artillery, recon. And here comes a lightning strike. Of course, now he can follow up with 3 infantry units as well. And plus, he never hurts to get extra recons. Takes out the mech there. A lot of targets for the anti-air. A lot of targets there. Going to double tap the tank. Another ATR could just push forward. All 3 of these battle cops are trapped there. The stealth could try to break out. I don't remember how many move spaces the stealth has, but it's 6 house range. So maybe we'll open up make an opening there with the stealth there. And Eagle's missile's still alive, and it has 3 health at the moment. If that matters anything. And it looks like he's just going to pull back out of this region. And here comes the blizzard of Winter Fury. This may be a one-shot the... How much does this will do? Be a bit closer to 50-50. I don't... This could be exactly 6 health, so may not be able to take it out one hit. Maybe it's just best just to throw a set of rounds into the Neo tank. Stealth strikes the Neo tank, knocks it out. Battlecopter's trying to break their way out, get some good hits there. Though looks like 2 of these I don't know if the 6 health anti-air could take out a battlecopter, but the 8 health one will. Get some good damage there. Using these wound units to clear it on up. The 2 health battlecopter may not be able to take out the 2 health tank. And now Eagle has gone for a fighter and did a base skip in order to get out on the field because he needed the counter to the stealth. Olaf already has a fighter in the field to provide escort for the stealth. Takes a missile in that infantry unit there. Does miss the medium tank that's hidden in the forest. And trying to break out. Nope, does not manage to get the kill there to escape on out of there. Oops. Actually, what am I... What did I click? Did I hit a view page source, something like that? Yeah. My exhaustion made me actually right click. I don't know what it looked like on the live stream. Oh well. He almost has a lightning drive available, which is not important whatsoever. In fact, he has very little air units in the field, doesn't he? 1 fighter, 1 T-copter, yeah. Does get some shots over there. Eagle right now is 104,000. Olaf at end of turn 144. So it looks like Olaf's about a full turn ahead. Now I got a bomber, infantry, and base skip. And fighter there. So it looks like Olaf is deploying out more aircraft than Eagle. How strange is this? Takes the battlecopter there, very nice. Anti-air deployed in the field, get some good hits up here. Recon, anti-air. Got a nice air sortie here for Olaf. There are 2 anti-airs in the region. And there's a full health one in the fighter here. The fighter may be in range that stealth looks like. Lots of picks up there. Anti-air infantry forward. Tank does get a shot there in the infantry unit there. We could see a blizzard next turn. And I don't think there's a chance of a lightning strike, but he would definitely get a good amount of power charge here. Fighter's definitely in range of that stealth. We'll be able to perhaps one-shot it. Yes, easy one-shot. Olaf can retaliate his own fighter. And that may get him into fury after sending his fighter to dogfight. Yep, looks like a number of these vehicles are starting to get on top of the province. Got another fighter being pulled up by Eagle. And there's definitely going to be a wounded fury this turn. The fighter on the fighter would definitely cause it. Oh, got this lander being used to boost. Trying to put this profit down there. We've got 23,000 versus 22,000, so there's probably one despicable neutral prop in the field. Where it is, I'm not so sure. And there's the Winter Fury and the Lightning Strike, and now the Lightning Strike is also going to be drastically nerfed with the Winter. And right now, Eagle's not in a great position right now when it comes to value on the field. Triple tank there. Yeah, but it was evened out that turn, 22,000 for 22,000. Olaf in turn for 159,000. Eagle starts turn for just 95, so he's about 60,000 funds behind. Has 10,000 bank, so he's 50,000 funds behind. That is a significant amount. More than 2 turns. Of course, the fighter can't move that far due to the winter theory. That was a good shot there onto the fighter. Is he going to go for a lightning strike this turn? I think it's going to be a lightning strike this turn based on the aggressive nature of these units. And there is a lightning strike. The winter did, of course, slow him down, but let's see by how much. Did leave his turn with 3,000 funds for triple infantry. Infantry, artillery there. Infantry, infantry, infantry. Fighter creeps away forward. Artillery strikes the artillery. Tank hits tank. Recon finishes off artillery. Infantry interrupts capture. Fighter does get shot down. Does slowly pick off some of the units. Interrupt that capture there. Battlecopter gets knocked out. And he ends a turn from exactly 100,000, 5,500. And Olaf's now down to 113, so Eagle did greatly even it out. He managed to recover by 2 turns. Now it sounds like Olaf's trying to capture multiple properties. They do have a decent amount of properties being captured down here, but that can easily be interrupted. Bomber is here. Luckily, Eagle, or at least for Eagle, he has another fighter in the region. He has some anti-air and as well as 2 health fighter. So the bomber's not going to be really good here. He probably should send the bomber leftwards running downwards. Mech, tank. Artillery strikes the mech there. Another artillery push forward. Finish off the mech there. Pulls back the wounded infantry there. Fighter does strike the bomber for 2 health points of damage. Takes out some of those units there. Tank recon. Does get trapped there with his anti-air, which does not make too many valuable targets for engage. It would just be getting a missile free shot on and wiping out an infantry unit or maybe recon. Oh, looks like that duel failed. Does take out that unit there. Got 2 1 health tanks here. Good number of anti-airs. Right now, Olaf's tanks here can go around uncontested. He also has an artillery piece here and range some recons. And able to put some damage onto that battlecopter there with the fighter. Does miss out on hitting the bomber. Oh, I thought I had 8 health. Am I crazy? Nope, it's dead now. Oh, Black Bolt, that's why I had 9 health. Tank. Looks like the Black Bolt did go down. Olaf's tanks parade forward. Going to see some health here. No, it's not the Winter Fury. Pretty far away from a lightning strike though. Olaf's end turn 134, Eagle starts with 93. Okay, so the Black Boat there as well. Decides not to barrage the recon there. Some of those units there. Eagle has, of course, 2 fighters in the field. This 2L fighter could just follow this fighter there and try to merge it. That's a little bit more difficult. He does not have a Black Bolt in the field, so you have to send him back to some primary airport to get on up. So maybe it could just be useful as some bit of bait. Olaf has his own fight on the field. Tank battlecopter E-tier. Because he did merge those two fighters together, which does also get a bit of a refund, as well as replenish the fuel. That's probably good. Takes out the infantry there, or knocks it out. Disrupts the capture. Get some good shots on the left flank. Fighting rotating around, battlecopter down south, infantry, recon, battlecopter, tank. And Winter Fury will likely be some next turn. The other side to join capture there, this the recon. Battlecopter, infantry. And he does load up the unit inside of the lander there, which means it will be protected from the elements. The element is, of course, snow, aka water element. Sometimes it's water and wind. Olaf has a very strong force over here. Eagle does have a good amount of force in the field, but a lot of it's also sinking to a fighter, which both sides have. 182 versus 138, and no Winter Fury. And Winter Fury is now available. He could try. Looks like he wants to dismount those tanks there. Not going to try to protect them into elements anymore, because he would have to lose a full turn on them. Battlecopter infantry, 8th year. And here comes the Winter Fury. Fighter will take out the battlecopter. He has nothing to counter that fighter there. These battlecopters here, seeing that fighter, should just simply abandon the region. There's nothing to do to protect it. He has no fighter nor anti-air in this region. And not to mention, he may have to sack the battlecopters and stop these tanks, though. He knows there's multiple anti-air now and multiple tanks there. Eagle's being crushed on the left flank. It's going to have to be one very good lightning strike to dampen this. Luckily, the battlecopters will be in range, because they don't, thanks to the Winter Fury. Let's take out some of those units there. So we may see the lightning strike this turn. It's hard to... I just don't know if there's enough, if we get enough done over here. So let's just pulling back in general. And probably wait for the following turn for a lightning strike. Regroup the forces. Goes for a tank, infantry. Has a fighter here. We can use to hunt down his opponent's fighter. Maybe he'll double tap it thanks to the lightning strike. And Olaf's just pulling back. He does not want to lose his force to a lightning strike. Olaf's in big master street right now. Lightning strike is now available. Neo tank infantry. So Olaf now has two Neo tanks available and end the turn for 207,000. And Eagle's first turn of 125. He is severely behind. But Olaf's playing defensively because he's very concerned about lightning strike. For good reasons, I should say. And Eagle was also regrouping his forces down south, so we may see some big build-up phase. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I have a feeling it's just gonna be the build-up phase. And it becomes a stall game. Anti-air infantry, recon, battlecopter. does interrupt the capture there. Eagle is behind by 2,000 incomes. He can't be going any farther behind, but he's trying to flip some properties over here now. Does finish off that 3-elf tank there and hits the recon. Maybe Olaf's pushing too far forward. Now there's 3 tanks pretty exposed right here. Does flip that property there. Multiple battlecruisers push way forward. And it looks like he's just only being a bit assertive on the left side, not so aggressive. And he has enough in the region to capture all his opponent into a bit of bait. Olaf should not have been that hyper-aggressive pushing forward. 3 tanks was too much, though he only got lucky that only 1 tank got picked off there. It looks like he does go ahead and resupply the fighter there with the APC built for the stealth. Another bomber here by Olaf. Interrupts that capture once again. And looks like Eagle's actually pulling out a black boat. This fight is on 28 health, just put in a position where it can get refueled and resupplied from the black boat next turn. Recon artillery. Tank battlecopter recon. Does get that battlecopter there, which is only giving his opponent a bit of power charge as well. Olaf right now is at 272,000. Tank, recon, battlecopter. What's the build limit on this map? 50. And both players now in the 40s. If Olaf leads, his Eagles can go for a lightning strike next to the following turn. You can always go for a blizzard to slow it down. Recon's pushing the way forward, interrupting his captures there. Their incomes right now equal at 22,000. And it looks like Olaf is pushing hype very forward. He needs to pop the blizzard, because he's going to get destroyed by a lightning strike if he pushes this far forward. Please tell me he's going to pop blizzard. He did not. Eagle's going to pop his lightning strike this turn. Olaf right now has 309,000. Eagle has 200,000. He's down by 100,000 value this turn, but I have a feeling there's going to be a pretty deadly lightning strike this turn. Olaf should have popped blizzard. Does forward for a bit of scouting there. Strikes the fighter there. Yep, I had to remind myself, you don't pop a lightning strike immediately. You wait till the end of the turn. It's one of those things in my mind I still get backwards, because most other CO powers you have to pop immediately. Not Eagles though. Of course, he does see the bomber there, and he does have anti-air to range it. His fighter, however, can get started his way forward as well. I'll start eyeing up the bomber. Winter Fury is now available, and managed to strike the bomber there, nukes it. Artillery tank with 3,000 bank, and he managed before the lightning strike call his opponent down by 100,000 value, and now they are equal on the field, which means the front lines are mashing together, so Eagle will have a devastating lightning strike this turn. strikes the medium tank. Battlecopter goes down, anti-air goes down, 1 health tank goes down, 1 health tank goes down. Battlecopter takes out Battlecopter because Eagle also is good for Battlecopters. There's some of these outlying units there. Tank gets on top of the city, strikes the anti-air. Battlecopter strikes the Neo tank. Anti-air finish off the fighter. Anti-air finish off anti-air. Battlecopter finish off anti-air. Battlecopter hits Neo tank. Tank finish off Neo tank. Fighter just goes right. And now Olaf's down to 129, so he lost nearly 200,000 value in the field that turn. And I really think he should have popped the Blizzard. Winter Fury, which will greatly damage Eagle, and with his now day-to-day income, they're roughly equal. Olaf has to stabilize this turn. Battlecopter strikes Battlecopter. Double tank boosted forward. Medium tank puts some rounds on the anti-air. Recon does not finish off anti-air. Infantry does. Tank on recon. Artillery just falls back to the city to get repairs. Finish some outlying units there. Anti-air tank. Ends turn for 150. Eagle starts turn 143, so it's back down to turn day-to-day differences. Outlying infantry gets picked off there. Battlecopters put some rounds of these tanks there. Get some good damage on those tanks. Medium tank. Pulls back some of those units there. And it looks like Olaf is just generally withdrawing there. There's a lot of battlecopters in the field. He does go for more anti-airs and battlecopters. He has to be careful about his opponent's fighters. He knows he has 2 fighters in the field, I think. At least what we know as casters. And with our caster vision. But of course, they are softened up by the winter, but 7 and 8 health fighters still should be more than adequate to deal with the full health battlecopters. The boat force is sort of just rotating around. Yep, now got a bit of a death blob being pushed over on the right side. Battlecopter infantry. Anti-air infantry. Olaf maybe a little bit overdoing on the anti-air production. Eagle has 5 battlecopters and 2 fighters. Versus 6 anti-airs and 2 battlecopters. Yeah, a little bit too much of the anti-airs. 1 health recon does go ahead and spot the enemy and did its job. Medium tank recon infantry. So it looks like Eagle's content to build out some cheaper medium tanks rather than trying to go for a bit more expensive Neo tanks. Get some good picks there. Do not have a lightning drive available. And of course, Olaf does still have some medium tank and Neo tank here. Quite a bit of armor. But the artillery has arranged the medium tank as well as the Neo tank. It may be better just to try to strike the, wait, no, that is a missile platform, so I can see an argument going for either. A little bit easier to put some damage onto the medium tank, but the Neo tank will definitely provide more value. And he doesn't have vision of the medium tank, so I'm not sure if he actually knows about it. So he shall strike the Neo tank very likely. And artillery back here strikes the regular tank. One of those tanks. Tanks can push forward right there. 9 health tank probably finish off the 5 health tank. Does use a 5 health tank to strike it. Medium 5 does most damage there. Does not finish off this tank there with the infantry unit. Artillery does strike the Neo tank and did purposely choose to strike it since he did have subdivision in the medium tank. And I think he just merged the fighters together, didn't he? Answer for 185. Olaf has 145, so Olaf is behind by about 2 turns. Medium tank does strike the medium tank. Infantry unit does not finish off that medium tank. Could be close down to 1% health. Tank. Eagle does have 30,000 funds on the field, so I think he may be eyeing for a stealth this turn. Medium tank does get a good strike there on the Neo tank, and does not finish off. Does finish off there. And here can strike the battlecopter. So we may see a lightning strike this turn. Now the more I realize that Winter Fury will pop next turn. Get some good strikes there. Neo tank and recon. Neo tank will strike that medium tank. Recon does strike the artillery. Interrupts the capture there with the 3 health tank. Neo tank and recon push forward. That's going to sustain some winter damage. And the lander is getting low in fuel and is low in health. Medium tank does take out that regular tank. Anti-air hits anti-air for good amount of damage. Infantry. Here comes the Winter Fury. Eagle ends turn of 168,000. Olaf's return of 81. Does get called down to 130. And does go ahead and resign there. This is great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.